I try very hard to be open and honest and helpful to everyone in our crafty community. And I find as things continually change in our lives, that running a business has become far more difficult, which is kind of funny because we survived the plague. What could possibly be more difficult than surviving the plague? Continuing after the plague. Now, I'm not shutting anything down, but I want to be upfront that the chances of me being at a lot of summer shows, like I would normally want to do, is going to be significantly lower this year. I'm going to try and do the Festival of the Arts with the Hartford Artist Gallery. I don't know that I'm going to be volunteering all day like I normally would. In fact, it would be my hope that, like so many others, I could just drop off my stuff and leave. And I don't mean that in a mean way. I don't mean that in a, yeah, y'all do all the work, because I've volunteered for like 3 years in a row, doing it all day, helping set up to helping break down. Yeah. But with everything that's going on, and I wanted to let you know what that is too. So since the plague started, my autistic son has been home pretty much full time until school started in the fall, and he's been at clinic for 3 hours. About 3 hours. So that gives me about 2.5 hours in the day to get anything done that I need to do without kids around. And unfortunately, because, again, this is a good thing and a bad thing, because they have so many incoming clients that need the assistance more than us, totally honest observation, they totally understand where we're at. These younger kids need the assistance, and these families need the assistance more than we do at this point in time. Totally true. So they are not giving us more clinic hours, which isn't helpful for me doing anything in life. Also, we as a family have had to make significant changes. My grandmother started having heart issues about 10 years ago. It popped up in my Facebook memories, which is kind of funny. So 10 years ago, she started her major heart surgery stuff. And now she has like a bajillion stents. Some of them failed. They put in new stuff. But at this point, we're kind of at the end of the road. And, the doctors have been very honest that any other surgeries or interventions would be more risky than just living out the rest of her life, essentially. And so as we're kind of wrapping up things, which is really terrifying to say because I don't want her not in our lives, but in helping out everybody else so that they could help her out, it has taken up a lot more of our time and energy and resources than it would if we didn't need to do those things. And so doing other family and other business chores for the family business and the farm and everything else, and then spending time with her and helping her and doing stuff for her, that has taken up a significant chunk of time. And we want to spend the summer with her. The summer, normally we spend the majority of our time at the farm. And I want to do that. I want me to have those memories, totally selfish. I want my children to have those memories of grandma and the farm and growing up. And I want that. And it's a little selfish. And grandma may live 5 more years. Like, they don't know. Because 10 years ago, they were like, hey, if this doesn't work, if this surgery doesn't work, then you got a year, 6 months. And like the last time that they did the replacement stint on her last fall, they were like, you could have 6 months, you could have 2 years. Like, there's no way to tell, but they're like, this is it. Like, we can mess with your medications, but this is it. And so everybody in the family has kind of changed things to be able to spend some time with her. Unfortunately, cousin in Florida diagnosed with cancer last year, is still continuing treatments because it's not doing what it's supposed to. So there's been a lot of just family stuff going on. And this year when everyone's like, oh, what are your hopes and dreams? What do you want to do? And it's like, dude, I want things to be normal and peaceful and quiet. Like I want that. I would like for things to go back to normal, but the truth is that's not going to happen for us. And so this year and last year as well, last fall, I stepped back from a lot in order to step up within the family and do different things. And until we lose more family members, I'm not gonna have as much time for myself. But it's true. I don't regret the choice to do these things. I do regret that I'm gonna be missing out on more fun things, and I totally acknowledge that that sucks because I love doing shows. I love seeing people. I love hearing that people like my stuff. I love when people buy my stuff. I like the money because then I buy food and stuff. And so I am disappointed that I'm going to be missing out on some of my favorite stuff, and that means that I'm going to be missing out on seeing y'all and hearing feedback and you guys being excited about buying the stuff that I've made. So it's a lot. But I wanted to give you a life and world update. Depending on what happens, we may also have a late fall and winter, which would not be good financially, but you got to do what you got to do. And just know that I'm thinking about all of you and wishing I could be at the shows and just wishing life wasn't so real sometimes. Does that make sense? Yeah. I know. Oh, gosh, watching Xena age is just another realization that life goes on. And I don't want it to. I want to freeze it in the spot where I liked it and just stay there, right? We don't get that choice. So stay strong, and I appreciate your flexibility as I do my best. Again, I'm on Ko-fi. We do monthly rewards, monthly tutorials. I'm on Instagram sharing my 10x10 projects, which are for sale on Ko-fi, only on Ko-fi. I do have some of the fiber stuff up on Etsy. As those listings expire, I expect to not renew them. Instead, I think I'm just going to list them on Ko-fi. It saved me a lot more money, and so I'm just kind of going to shift everything over to there, probably for the holidays as well, if I'm not going to do an in-person stuff. So Ko-fi.com/Rosewater Conservatory, and I post daily stuff on Instagram. We're doing March Meet the Maker, which is fantastic. I'm loving that. It's a great annual tradition I can continue to do without like an intense amount of effort. So thank you guys for your understanding, and I look forward to seeing you more. Yeah. Thanks, guys.